Hey everybody, and welcome to the November 17th, 2000 edition of the WDW Newscast. I am Lou Mongello from WDW Radio and from Celebrations Magazine. If this is your first time joining us, this is going to be a live, interactive news show covering Walt Disney World in Florida. And I want you to be part of the news and the discussion in the chat room where you can discuss it real time. If you're able to make it every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., go to WDWNewsCast.com. If not, you can always find the videos on YouTube at youtube.com/WDW Radio. If you want to get notified of upcoming shows and breaking news, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm twitter.com/Lou Mongello, or on the Facebook page, facebook.com/WDW Radio. All right, let's get right into the news this week. And real quick, as I was doing my research and putting together, I almost wrote in my news that the news this week was all about Pooh and food, but I know that that wouldn't necessarily come out right. So let's just say the news is about a newly reopened attraction and some new dining options about the resort. So before I open mouth and insert foot, let's head on over to the Magic Kingdom, where the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh reopened this past weekend with some new enhancements. You'll see a redesigned load area, a reimagineered gift shop called the 100 Acre Goods, like the play on words. Merchandise in there, pretty much the same. Winnie the Pooh apparel, toys, plushes, a lot of collectibles, a lot of new collectibles with Pooh and friends. What you also see, or what I saw this past weekend, is that the attraction entrance is a little bit different than what it's going to be. Temporarily, the standby area is where the Fast Pass return is going to be, and there's, as they finish up some interactive elements in the regular queue. Now, right after Thanksgiving, according to Disney, younger guests are going to start their adventure through the 100 Acre Wood by jumping with Tigger, crawling through Eeyore's house, and playing in Rabbit's Garden before they board the attraction. And Disney also teased that there's more to come, with new elements debuting throughout the next month. So this week, Fast Pass is closed, but again, that is going to change. And again, to the people here in the chat room who I'm already watching, seeing, say, it's cool, they're looking forward to it, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of this idea of the interactive queues? Do you think it enhances your experience more? Do you think it takes away from anything? For some people, they don't like it because they want to use Fast Pass, but they also want to engage in their interactive aspects. Now, the interesting thing about the Disney release was that they said young guests are going to start their adventures. So I'm wondering if what's coming to Winnie the Pooh is only going to be for kids of a certain age, or hopefully for me, maybe a certain height, that can take advantage of some of the interactives. What I think we're starting to see, obviously, is the trend that started with Soarin', a very basic sort of interactive games in the queue. But I think what we're going to start to see is a greater extension of this. So here we have more interactive elements coming to the queue. I think what you're going to start to see is so much that you're not going to feel, or maybe you actually won't be, ever going to be online. The idea of the lines and the queues is going to start to blur very much. I think a lot of people are saying that the interactive queue is a great idea so long as the line keeps moving. That happens in Soarin' occasionally. While people are playing the games, they aren't moving forward. Some people wonder what the definition of kid is. Henry says it's a new type of canvas for Imagineers with less pressure to be super entertaining, just moderately entertaining. That's very interesting, and again, that makes me think about what may be coming over to the Haunted Mansion. Again, we talked about how the tombstones have been removed in anticipation of what Disney is saying is probably going to be an interactive queue. I think that's going to have to be more than just mildly entertaining, Henry. I think it's going to be very entertaining because that classic queue of the tombstones that everybody knew and loved is now going away. So again, I invite you guys to continue to comment on this in the comments section here over if you're watching the video in YouTube. A lot of people like it. The idea, again, nobody's really saying that they don't like the interactive queue. It adds to the uniqueness, the magic of the attraction, so you don't realize you're waiting in line. Hooky boy, I think that's exactly what Disney is looking for. Now let's move over to the food, and we're going to start over in the Grand Floridian, where the food sort of takes on a different shape because the gingerbread house in the lobby of Disney's Grand Floridian opened on November 15th. It's a 16-foot tall edible shop, which for me really is the best of all worlds. Takes about 160 hours to put together and to decorate, but the best part about it is not that you really can't eat the store, but you can buy gingerbread cookies, other holiday treats in the house, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I think a lot of people, and I want to ask the chat room, is this something that you make it a point to go see? Have you ever gone there before? Have you ever bought gingerbread from there before? If not, I think going to the Grand Floridian to check out the gingerbread house, even as it's undergoing construction, is something that everybody should do. It really is sort of a mini attraction unto itself. A lot of people are saying that they do have to go. They do sell gingerbread shingles, also at the Beach Club. A great point, Lori Briar Rose. The holiday decorations that take place throughout Walt Disney World are not confined just to the parks, remember. There are also a lot of the resorts. Some of the deluxe resorts have some wonderful decorations, and you're right. Near the carousel by the Beach Club, they do sell shingles as well. But I think that the Grand Floridian should be definitely a stop on the resort tour, and I think that's a nice way to spend a day outside the parks. I think that Victorian elegance of the Grand Floridian is really amazing and sort of plussed up at the holidays. You've got the Grand Floridian Society Orchestra playing in there. Really, really something beautiful. So if you're looking for something to do, maybe without spending any extra money, kind of hop on, do the monorail resort tour, go and visit some of the resorts in the boardwalk area as well, and also Animal Kingdom Lodge. I know people are saying has some beautiful holiday decorations as well. But you got to try the gingerbread over at the Grand Floridian. Speaking of sweet treats, the Epcot monorail station now has its own coffee and pastry kiosk where you can get coffee, some pastries, same kind of things that you'll find at some of the kiosks that are located throughout World Showcase. I think this is a great idea. They had one at the Magic Kingdom monorail station about a year ago. For somebody that likes to get an early start to the day, I think it's a great way to get a quick infusion of caffeine and sugar in the morning. Of course, I think there's a huge sponsorship opportunity. If Dunkin' Donuts would come in and sponsor and make the coffee, that would just be perfect. That would be the best of all worlds. Moving over to a much more important food-related item. I was in downtown Disney this past weekend for the final weekend of Festival of the Masters, and I saw that the Pollo Campero International Latin Chicken Quick Service Restaurant opened, as well as Fresh Appeal. It's kind of two restaurants in one, both of which make fresh, made-to-order selections. Pollo Campero has freshly prepared Latin chicken and a lot of Latin-inspired side dishes, such as yucca fries, sweet plantains, which are delicious. There's even a Latin drink bar. They have fried and grilled chicken, which is marinated with a very distinctive flavor. They also have the taste of sort of lime and orange juices, peppers, a lot of Latin herbs and spices, not necessarily spicy, but sort of that Latin flavor to it. The thing that was interesting about the menu at Pollo Campero is that they offer 4 individual meals, including traditional fried chicken, citrus grilled chicken, chicken strips, and a fried or grilled chicken sandwich. These all come with one side. Unique, I think, to a counter service restaurant like this is they also offer family-sized servings, and that they feed about 3 or 4, or one of me, and that comes with several side orders. Now, when you walk into Pollo Campero, it's sort of broken down into 2 ordering stations. One is Pollo Campero. The other one is called Fresh Appeal, and this sort of marks Disney's commitment to offering good food, but healthy options. And here they have an array of hot off-the-grill items, salads, wraps, and there's also a bakery associated with this as well called Baby Cakes. Now this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be very, very excited about, because the dessert area here has vegan and kosher desserts that are all refined sugar-free, gluten-free, wheat-free, soy-free, casein-free, and egg-free. So dare I say healthy desserts? Probably not, but it'll help me sleep at night. But for those who are vegan, who keep kosher, who do have gluten allergies, things like that, it's nice to know that there is an option right off the menu that you can get at Baby Cakes. Pollo Campero is located where McDonald's used to be, right by the Lego Center in downtown Disney, right across from T-Rex Cafe. It's open for breakfast from 8 to 11, as well as lunch and dinner until 10 o'clock at night. I know some people who ate there already. They said the food was actually very good, very fresh. I think, again, we're talking about these trends in Disney. This is that ongoing trend towards healthy options. I think it started way back when they introduced apple slices at some of the counter service restaurants instead of French fries, sort of becoming by default the healthy option. They started removing all the trans fat items, and I think now we're seeing it extending into the table service and the snack carts. Disney recently signed an agreement with Ocean Spray that they can have cranberries available as well. I think parents like this idea. I think kids are going to like it as well. What I like about Pollo Campero is having multiple options in one location. So if you want to go in and get the fried chicken sandwich, you can. If other people want a healthier option, you have that there as well. I'm definitely going to go and head out. I will review Pollo Campero on the site soon. I'm seeing people in the chat room already talking about the fact that they like the idea that there's vegan items there, that there's healthy items there. Some people, I think, are more excited about trying the cupcakes than they are actually the chicken. But I think, too, again, this idea of healthy items in quick service in downtown Disney. And again, last week, we were talking about some of these third parties coming in. Here's a great example of a third party coming in, hopefully doing it right. And again, keeping with what Disney's goal is to bring in these healthy, family-friendly options. And if anybody has had a chance to try Pollo Campero, again, I invite you to come by and comment here over on YouTube, or again, anybody here who is in the chat room. Somebody saying the secret sauce on the fried chicken is amazing, healthy for diabetics. Love the fact that it's vegan. So again, it seems like we're getting a general thumbs up on this. And I'm wondering, do you guys like the idea of all the menus maybe around property getting healthy dining options added to it? Maybe taking away some of the things, maybe traditional favorites that you might like, or maybe even adding some additional things on. Mark is saying they do need more diabetic-friendly options. Love Disney Dog says, great that it's gluten-free. I know a lot of people have gluten allergies and normally have to either call ahead or talk to a chef. Here's a place that you can go and get it, like I said, right off the menu. Take away the bad stuff, more healthy options. They do want options, yes, without eliminating other items. Let's see. I was happy when Earl of Sandwich moved in. This seems like a good building block from that. Again, we're talking about these third parties coming in, especially in places like downtown Disney. I think you're going to see that a lot more. Somebody else says, hey, we're on vacation. We'll eat healthy when we'll get home. I just justify it by saying that I'm going to walk it off in World Showcase, especially when it's hot. So people loving the idea of these healthy options. So again, for anybody who is watching the news broadcast after it being live, I'd love for you to comment on some of the healthy options that you look for or that you like in Walt Disney World. Would you like to see more items or more locations like this come in, even if they are from third-party providers, maybe not necessarily a Disney-owned restaurant? Some people say they would love to see some nutrition information. Can't necessarily find it. Ocean Spray is a great option, especially for the snacks. Let's see. I don't think they'll ever take away the turkey legs, but yeah, people are talking about some of the other healthy options located throughout the resort. So again, this was a Pooh, but mostly food-related news week. Otherwise, a relatively quiet week in Disney news. I do want to leave you with another question this week, sort of unrelated to the news, something I may do here and there on the show. This week on the WDW radio show, episode number 196, I had the true honor and pleasure of interviewing Alan Menken, who during the renaissance of Disney animation between 1989 and 1999, composed the music for The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Beauty and the Beast, so much more. Now he's composed the music for Tangled. I mentioned before I had a chance to see that last week. Quick aside, really enjoyed it. I think the trailer doesn't do it justice. It's Disney's 50th animated film, so again, there's a lot of pressure on this one. I think, once again, Alan Menken's music sort of defines this film and helps to define Rapunzel. Again, trailers not doing it justice. So the question I want to put out to you, either here in the chat room and or if you're watching on YouTube, what's your favorite Alan Menken song from a Disney film? Which one really sort of resonates with you? We talked about how much of this music sort of defines so many people's childhoods because we grew up with that music. What's your favorite song? Is it from Little Mermaid? Is it from Pocahontas? Is it maybe from Hunchback of Notre Dame? Maybe not the most popular film, but really has had some of the most rich and beautiful music of all of the Alan Menken scores. Of course, Beauty and the Beast is hard to top as well. Again, leave it in the comments section. I'm going to pay more attention to the chat here as well, even after we go off the air. Don't forget to come by and visit the site and the show over at WDWRadio.com and in iTunes. WDW Radio is a weekly online audio and video show that you can download. All the old episodes are available both on the show, at the site, and in iTunes. Come by, check out the blog, the forums, the photo galleries, the videos. You can also pick up signed copies of my Walt Disney World trivia books, audio guides to Walt Disney World on CDs, and the free iPhone application as well. If you have a comment you want to be heard on the air, you can call the voicemail at 888-703-2171. And be sure to come by, friend me over on YouTube, follow me over on twitter.com/LouMongello, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and come visit the WDW Radio page over at facebook.com/WDW Radio. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the WDW Newscast. Come check it out every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern at WDWNewsCast.com. I am Lou Mongello from WDW Radio. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody in the chat room. See ya.